Welcome to another episode of the 15th Club, where we tee off, experience, and share. Now, I don't know if you know the story of Listerine, the mouthwash company, how they grew their market share. It was an amazing marketing story that many people don't know about. So it turns out Listerine went to the marketing company and said, look, we need to grow our sales. How do we do it? And somebody in the marketing company came up with the most ingenious idea you can ever see or can hear about. So Listerine has always advised that you must do your mouthwash using the cap. So use the cap that they give you, the lid to measure, and then use that for your mouthwash. That's enough. And the marketing company came up with an idea to increase the size of the lid. That's all they did. So more people used more Listerine, which means it finishes more. Then the sales grew by more usage, not by more sales, but by more, well, sales would of course follow, but it was more usage. It is an ingenious idea. But that does not always work. And this is why I have this post today. You see, I'm a kind of guy who likes going to the range before I play golf. So I try to arrive at the golf course 1 hour or so before I play, so that, warm up for 3 reasons. I want to warm up. I want to remind myself of what I know, but I also want to know what I don't have on the day. It's just the fact of golf. Some days you walk in there and you realize you're pulling your shots or you're pushing your shots. You can then take that to the course knowing what to avoid, what to work with, because on that day, that's what you have. In fact, it was Gary Player who said, you must play the shots you have on the day. Don't try and fix it on the course. So when I go to the range, I'm just trying to achieve those 3 things. I'm not there to practice. There's a difference. I go to the driving range to practice. I'll spend an hour, I'll spend 3 hours sometimes. Sometimes I spend the whole day, and I've done it before. So I have a problem when I go to a golf course and I don't have, or a driving range at the course, and I don't have the opportunity to do what I want to do because they do me the Listerine kind of strategy. And this happened when I went to Observatory Country Club or golf club this week. So I went there and I wanted to hit a few golf shots before I could play. And they told me a bucket is worth 40 rand. That's not the point. The point is that this bucket is 50, 60 balls. And I said, but I just want to loosen up. I need maximum 20 balls just to know what I'm dealing with. I'm not here to practice. I'm here to warm up for my round of golf. I'm not going to be hitting 50 shots and then go and battle to hit another 90 shots on the course. Hopefully slightly less than 90 shots on the course. I think it's a poor strategy. And you know what is even sadder for me? Before I even get there. So what does it do? I then have 2 unenviable choices. Choice number 1 is to say, well, forget about it. I'm going to go to the course and wait for my round and play, and then spend first 3 rounds trying to figure out what I'm dealing with. Or I'm going to give them the money and hit the number of shots I want to play, maybe 20, and then leave the other balls. I think it's unfair business to me as a client. There is absolutely no reason why they cannot have a smaller bucket. It happens in so many golf courses where you can have a smaller bucket. What saddens me even more about this particular driving range is that it actually does not belong to the Observatory Golf Club. It's a privately owned range. Previously owned, I think if I know well, still owned by the Papi Jones family. Papi Jones died a few years ago. I got to know the range when I started golf, actually, about 20 years ago. He owned the range, and I don't know who it belonged to before him. It was before my time. And Papi Jones, I think, ran it fairly well. And I must say, personally, I've seen it been run down over the years since he's passing on. But this small part where you could attract more people by selling smaller buckets and still make good money. You don't even have to sell it for half. So let's say 50 balls is 40 rand. You can then make, I would say you make 20 balls 20 rand or whatever it is. It does not have to be 50%, but allow for more usage without longer stay. There are people who will come to spend an hour on the range and they'll buy more balls. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a poor strategy to try and make money at the expense of getting more people. in good business, we want more legs in than bigger prices. Bigger prices are not sustainable. The more the legs, the more the volumes, the more the sales. I was seriously disappointed. I voiced it out. I told them about it, and I'm hoping other golf courses learn this thing. I go to the course to play golf. I just want to warm up before I play. I'm not there to hit 60 shots, get tired, even get frustrated, because I could start very well. But by shot number 40, I start messing up, and I take that to the course with me because I'm now worried about what I have. Whereas if I play a few shots, I get it. I know. And I could even play them badly, all of them. But I know what I'm doing wrong. I go to the course and I remember what I was doing on the range and I go fix it. I believe that's a better business strategy. I believe driving ranges could attract more people to go in, including those who are not fans of it. Because some people don't go because they don't want to go and buy 50 balls. They think it's a rip-off. So if you made it easy for them, I know Kyalami does that. You can buy a smaller pack instead of a bigger one. Could be Kyalami. I think it's them. I can't remember. I played Kyalami recently. So I think, give me an option. Let me choose what I want out of my warm-up. It's not a practice. Out of my warm-up. Because even with the practice, by the way, I can walk away without finishing the 50 balls. But with the practice, honestly, I don't need too many balls. I just need to hit a few shots, loosen up, feel like I'm ready for the game, so that when I get to the first tee box, I seem to remember a few things I did on the range. So, what has been your experience on driving ranges? Do they work for you? Do you use them, especially those on the golf course before you start playing? Do they come in handy for you? What is the purpose? What do you see? What does it do for you going to the range before you tee off? Did you do it and stop? And if you did, why did you stop? You could have a different reason than mine. Do we need it before we play? Well, I've seen pros do it, and I've got this argument. If pros can do it, Rams has no right not to do it. I'm an amateur golfer. In fact, somebody once said we actually are social golfers, not even amateur golfers. So I've got no right to be cocky when pros do the right things out there. So I want to hear your stories. Any story you want to share about golf. This is the space. So go tee off, experience, and share. Until next time. Thank you very much.